Hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I am Patrick.
And I'm Paul. How's it going?
Very good, my friend. The Barbie movie's taken the world by storm, and Barbie has her dream house. So it made us think, in the world of movies, what are the other dream houses? So this is not what movie do you want to be in, it's what house from the movies do you want to own?
Yeah.
A couple of big obvious ones Paul will cover, but you got to stick around. We're going to give you five. No one's going to guess what our number one pick is. I guarantee you no one's going to guess it before we get there.
Probably. Like, I think number two will probably be everybody will be like, that's not your number one?
No.
Especially if they know it.
Wait till you see number one. Okay, folks. Barbie, she had a dream house. She lived in Barbie land. She had the whole everything. It's essentially what Barbie wants. I know for a lot of people they want what Barbie wants. It's not really us, Paul, so it didn't actually make our top five. All fairness to Barbie and Barbie fans, I would probably get a headache from the amount of pink.
It also has no proper walls. There's
Bit
no
of an
real
issue.
privacy.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest with you, I do like being able to walk around inside. We're not going to go into that. Anyway. Anyway, Paul, at number five, this is one of the choices that a lot of people make. It is the Home Alone, the McAllister house. The Home Alone house.
Yeah, the New England type kind of like lovely, beautiful wooden house.
It's this, like, it's the American dream. You go in a door, it's got, a left and a right to it. For anybody who doesn't understand what Irish houses look like, we're not used to being able to turn both directions when we go in the door of our home. They tend to be attached, etc., etc. But this is a resplendent, beautiful house with dormer windows, and the movie makes it seem like the most warm and lovely, inviting place. It's a log fire on a winter's evening. It is just yum, 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 yum.
You couldn't have chosen like a better time to kind of view that house other than Christmas, because like the McAllisters really go far out on the. Don't forget that they were leaving. I want to point that out as well. They were leaving during Christmas, and their house looked that great.
Yeah. My house doesn't look like their house, but my house has also never looked proportionally that great, and that's even when I'm trying. So yeah, like, I can understand why everybody picks this as if I could have a home from the movies. It makes the list. But Paul, for me and for you, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some random reasons. I think it's brilliant that one thing that little Kevin shows is it's a very defensible house.
It is, yeah. Everybody knows that I like a zombie movie.
That's
if you
it.
could defend your...
Yeah. Like, come the zombie apocalypse, Kevin McAllister has already tested this. He has proven the worth of this house in fortification and combat.
Yeah, no. It also, I think one of my favorite features of the house as well is definitely got to be the boiler thing.
Yeah.
That is a creepy looking boiler, and it's not haunted as well. It just does that. That's a mechanical thing that just does that. Like,
it is such a cool, it's quintessentially American. It's, red bricky gorgeousness with all the lovely street with other rich people. So for people like us who aren't rich people, it's kind of nice to think of, well, someday that could be your home. Also, it's got enough
laundry
rooms.
Chute.
Say again?
It's got the laundry chute.
Laundry chute. How cool.
Which I would have, as a child, I would definitely have gone down. I will try to do it now.
As the youngest in my family, I would have gone down there by choice, and probably quite often not by choice, having had older siblings and a brother with a good throwing arm. So yeah, I can completely see why people, and for those of you that are like, it's just too much, think of it this way: it's big enough that you could actually have other people live with you there, very comfortably. I think that could house us and all our friends, and probably Hear Us Out Industries. So yeah. Good job, McAllisters. Terrible parents, child neglect, all the rest, but great bit of property choice.
Yeah.
So, Paul, from the urban perfection, then we've kind of got to go to that quite literally. And I chose this from The Great Outdoors, Paul. But what we talked about was that lakeside, foresty retreat. Think grown ups with that wonderful summer home. Think even the lodges and Dirty Dancing, or You had the great Christopher Lloyd film, the Camp Nowhere, I think it was.
Yeah.
Um,
Or Grown Ups with Adam Sandler.
yeah.
Like just that then lovely kind of lakeside, beautiful nature kind of filled house.
Well, I hate to tell everybody because I remember watching Dan Aykroyd and John Candy's masterpiece of its time that was The Great Outdoors. You know, jet skiing and fishing on lakes and running through trees. It's the kind of house you want. That house is so perfect that it's actually not real. It was built for the movie on a lot, but that just makes it even more kind of perfectly designed. Now, Paul, you have to deal with bears. Anybody who's seen the movie, you got to watch out for having a bit of a serious problem with a bear attacking you, possibly. But I think it makes sense to have that countryside retreat if you could have any house from movies.
Yep. If you're a fan of nature, you're a fan of water sports or anything like that, getting away from the city, this is a perfect. I feel like a realtor now.
Yeah.
Buy this house.
Have you ever considered getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city? Are you okay with a bear breaking down your door and trying to eat you?
Or your family members constantly coming because you have a really nice lakeside house.
Yes. Very good. Actually, scratch that. We got to move on because I don't want people visiting me. I've just realized. So that was in at 4 was the perfect great outdoors house. Paul, in at number 3, a horror house. What is it with horror houses being perfect?
That's the thing. So horror houses they've been designed in 2 ways. One, so that you understand why someone bought it, so that when they go there, you're just like, oh, I would buy that house. Or the second one is kind of safe, secure homes that you get a feeling of home is where you feel the safest. So they want to build that atmosphere and stuff. But this one is a bit of a one in the middle.
But that's the thing, Paul. I haven't showed it yet. I was like, why when I watch horror movies do I always want, why are they always living in my lottery dream homes? And then I would never want to live there because in case you hadn't worked it out, folks, he's the horror guy. I'm the guy behind the cushions, all scared. But you came up with it, and on screen right now, it's the Casper House.
Yep.
If you're going to be haunted, be haunted by the friendly ghost.
Yep. Because as much because I know people will be just like, what about his 3 uncles? Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso. Those 3 ghosts are eventually they get in line with the family and stuff like that. So you can definitely friend them as well.
Yeah.
They're not as bad as they say they are. But that's the thing. Friendly ghost.
Exactly. And look at that house. It's one part Taj Mahal, one part Westminster Abbey. And the internals, every angle, it is it's just wrought iron grandiosity in such a cool way. It's a very, very cool house. And then you get to hang out with, you don't get to hang out with Christina Ricci, but you get to hang out with Casper. And the picture I chose with Christina Ricci is, see, she was a kid. She was happy living there. I'm a full-grown adult. I'm trying to remind myself the ghosts are okay, Paul.
Ghosts are fine. And don't forget that if you ever do succumb to Stretchos or Stinky's kind of antics or something like that, there is a resurrection machine in the basement as well. So you've got let me just bring you through.
Yeah.
So you've got a great hall, a library, fantastic bedrooms, probably massive, a massive great kitchen with a good pantry. You've got which got a really nice attic, a fantastic view of the bay and of the town that it's from. Its own private driveway. And if you by any chance fall off that cliff or get killed somehow, there is a resurrection machine lab in the basement.
Well, Paul, what you just described is something that me and my partner have been looking for quite a while. Although you did mention we might die. Is there a reason for that?
Oh, your roommates, they come with the house.
Roommates say, okay. Well, no, I've seen The View. I'm still taking the house. Yeah. Oh no, it is the Amityville house or so many of the other horror houses that are just awesome. I couldn't handle it thinking, okay, it's been exorcised or, they've removed the evil. This house has been cleansed. I'm end of Poltergeist. I am into the motel, pushing the TV outside. I'm not taking a chance. So I'm fine with staying in the one that I know is still haunted by basically a a dude that I could hang out with and have fun. Paul would be a great. Casper would be a great guest on the podcast.
Yeah, you would.
There you
Tell
go.
us everything about the afterlife.
So the perfect number 3. Now number 2 is the one that everybody picks, and you thought it was going to be number 1, folks. It is not. It is Iron Man's Malibu mansion cliff top fabrication. Because unfortunately, for everybody who's tried to go out and buy it, it is not real. Which you can probably tell by the fact that they blew it up in one of the movies. But man, tell me the first time you saw Iron Man, you didn't go, whew, cool house, dude.
Yeah, well, that's you expect that Tony Stark is going to have a cool house, which would this definitely lives up to the rep of Tony Stark, which is just a fantastic kind of like beachside cliffside property as well, great view and everything like that. But tell us more of the features there, Patrick.
Well, you see, Paul, this house comes with ample parking, both above and below ground, in what can only be described as a tinkerer's master amazing workshop. Not only parking for multiple cars, but also its own fully stocked mechanic shelves with all the tools you ever need, including a house with an inbuilt AI that can also become your world-saving friend called Jarvis. Jarvis will not only take care of dimming lights, he will also help you design things such as flying suits. So with this house, Paul, it really is full service, and the rent is actually quite cheap.
Renting, buying.
Yeah, that's true. Billionaires buy. The rest of us have to rent.
Yeah, it's a fantastic house. For not only just the kind of the way it is. It also became kind of like it's such a good set piece for the movies in Iron Man and stuff like that. That like you felt kind of like, oh, this is his sanctuary, kind of thing. Which is just a great feature when you're watching the film, because you're just like, oh, I definitely want to live there, kind of thing. Because like as you said, it's comfortable, it's nice, it's fantastic, and then it's got an entire fabrication system downstairs.
Yeah, and much like Casper in the previous house, if you don't want to be alone, you don't have to be. You're like, hey, Jarvis, you want to have a chat, watch some TV? Which I'm assuming in his very dry English accent, he'd be like, yes, TV again, sir. Like, well, I'm not Tony Stark. I haven't got the brains to come up with designing the Iron Man suit. The most I'm probably going to make is, can you help me with my Lego? But, a whole Lego station down there. I like it. Everybody will pick that house, and they should, because it is a dream home. But Paul, what can't it do?
Come with you on a fantastical voyage.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 is the house from Up. An unassuming, beautiful little house with a very cute little white picket fence. It's centrally located, or at least it would appear to be centrally located, since the city is building itself around it. But it is the only house, not only that can come with you, but as you said, Paul, can create memories and adventure in equal measure. So you've got... I don't want to cry thinking about the house from Up, and I almost did. I almost had that moment of, am I going to get weepy? It is a house that has shown that it could nurture love and build wonderful memories. And then when you enter another phase of your life and you have to build new memories, it's a house that will fly and take you there to have those adventures. So to hell with you, Iron Man. I want the flying house.
Like, well, that's the thing. So, like, this is a lovely, it's a lovely home. Definitely has a history of love and memories and stuff like that, which I think is very synonymous with a good portion of our kind of our thoughts of home and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a safe space. It's a place where we want to be all of the time, as much as we can be, kind of thing. So, like, being able to take it with you, fantastic. You can explore the world with your and then go inside your own bed. That's all I want. If I could go to every place in the world, but also have my own bed follow me, like, I'd be just the happiest person.
Why am I always the weird guy in the channel that's going? I was thinking the same thing, except I really like having my own bathroom with me. I'm weird about other people's toilets. Paul, also, I can advertise this as one of the most sound structures in the history of cinema.
Yeah. that's also true.
It took some helicopters and missiles to take Tony Stark off the side of that cliff. This thing, not only is it structurally sound enough to fly around the place under the weight of various ropes from balloons, but it can be bounced off things. It gets dragged across the ground. It ends up in an airship battle, essentially. It is one of the most tough-ass houses ever to be constructed or conceived of. So, a flying fortress, if you will.
If you get McAllister,
Macaulay
McAllister,
Culkin, the McAllister house.
not even the house. Just get Macaulay Culkin into the up house to defend it, and then you've got like an absolute. This is like battle fortress kind of superior.
That's the scariest thought ever. Can you imagine Kevin McAllister with a house that he could actually turn into a weaponized vehicle? He would take over the world, Paul. Defending was only the start. You give him the up house, that crazy little bugger's going to go in the attack. Joe Pesci, you better watch out. And
It'll be
other
like
dude who I can't remember right now.
If you got Independence Day, like the shadow, and just replace it with the up house, and just have like Macaulay Culkin in it,
Float in and just shouting out the window, throwing stuff. Keep the change, you filthy animal. So the house from Up is a winner. Honestly, folks, we did this video for fun. You could pick another 10, and that's the important thing. Get in the comments. Let us know what house you choose from any TV, movie show. What's your dream abode? You don't have to be modest. You don't have to be able to afford it. Just go for what your dream is. One of my early picks in my head, Paul, was tiny log cabin from a Western, 2 rooms, and all that beautiful countryside, looking out over Monument Valley, John Ford Western stuff. And then, of course, what ruined that was A Million Ways to Die in the West played in my head, and I thought, no. I think straight to the McAllister house of comfort, luxury, and central heating.
Yeah, Tuck and Dale, their wood cabin kind of house also is quite nice, but just all those teenagers, all those high schoolers, just like dying around their property.
It'd be very stressful. It would be very stressful. You'd be kept up all night. Paul, that was a lot of fun. Will you ask the kind people to do the nice things to the YouTube bits?
Yeah, of course. Which could like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Do subscribe to us. There is a large portion of you who watch our movies who aren't subscribed, which is a shame because we are building quite a nice community together. Get into those comments about your top 5 houses as well. We always reply in some fashion because we want to talk to our community. Yeah. So like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Give this a thumbs up as well if you liked it. And we'll talk to you later. Well, I've been Paul.
That note, I've been Patrick, and we have been Hear Us Out.
Hear Us Out.
So we'll see you next time, folks. Good luck with your real estate dreams, everyone. Bye.